everyone. I haven't uploaded anything in quite a while. Well, I had filmed something, but we've sort of gone from one disaster to another this year. It just keeps on coming. We just get over one thing and something else happens, and I didn't really want it to become like some weird reality TV show but with chickens and sheep. So the one that I filmed, I just didn't even bother uploading, but I've had a request for Merv footage, so I can't say no to that. Unfortunately, we lost little Bluey hen. She died during her sleep. I've had a few losses this summer. Some of the animals I've got are quite old, and I don't think the extreme heat that we've had has really done them a lot of good, but these guys are just enjoying a bit of treat of sunflower seeds. And the ducks are over there, and old Dibley, you're still going, aren't you? Good boy. He spends most of his time asleep now, but you know, he seems to be doing okay. He's a bit wobbly, but you get around, don't you? Unfortunately, poor old Banjo had a heart attack and died quite suddenly as well. He was fine in the morning, and I found him when I come to do his tea. So I've got this fella now. He's called Bob. He came with that name, so I've kept it. He really likes the silver hens. I got an older one because I didn't want one that was going to take any messing from these two, because they pull his tail out. And he indeed doesn't take any messing from them, and he doesn't take any messing from us either. Adrian's got a bruise on his leg where Bob was protecting his ladies. So the girls like him, don't you? Especially the two silver hens, they really like him. I got him from somebody locally that breeds them. So he's settled in, because unfortunately these noodle doodles have had to stay in because of the scaffolding, because I'm a bit worried that they will go up it, and I don't really fancy climbing up there trying to get them back down again, because I don't really like heights particularly. So they've had to stay in out of harm's way. I haven't really been able to get in here for about 2 months, which has been incredibly frustrating. We put insulation up in the roof, but even with that and the air conditioning, the temperature in here was 30 quite a lot of days, which, you know, you can't paint like that because the paint's drying on your brush. So it's just been difficult, but I'm back in here now. It's cooled down, just working on a few bits and pieces when it focuses. That's watercolouring coloured pencil, and I've got lots to do because I had started some paintings, but obviously I couldn't finish them off, so they need doing, and I think we all know what that is. I'm sort of quite obsessed with them. I just enjoy drawing them because they make me smile. They're very funny looking birds, sort of almost prehistoric, I think. There's Star having her tea. I've been having to give her extra hay, partly because we've had no grass. We didn't get rain for such a long time. The grass in the field was just brown, but because of that, where she's been trying to graze, she's actually worn her front teeth down quite a lot, which I think is because the grass is so short and it wasn't growing. And I wonder if it's like just general dirt, because horses, they tend to rip grass rather than bite it off. So I have to make sure she's getting enough food. And you've been suffering with the flies, haven't you? I do spray her, but unfortunately it doesn't ever seem to last for very long. And they have been really quite bad this year. Because they, you know, they sort of get all over their face and everything. It's not particularly nice for her. Days like today offer a bit of a respite from them. I did try a fly rug on her at one point, but she didn't really like it. I think she was getting a bit too hot, so we just have to stick to the spray, don't we, missus? Enjoying that nice bit of hay. We got a bit of peace and quiet. Parsley, that's my pocket. Oh, parsley! Because just when I thought I couldn't cope with a lot else, you went and got pneumonia, didn't you, madam? And I was very, very worried that I was going to lose her. But luckily I spotted it early. We got the vet and she's had 4 injections, haven't you? And you're recovering now. Because I was down there crying because I thought that you were going to die. Yes, I thought I was going to lose you because you're an old girl. The vet thinks it's probably something where it's been so dry, there's been so much dust in the air, and she's probably got it in her lungs and got a bit infected. But I did, you know, get them tested for worms as well, and we're going to give them a oral drench tomorrow. You've got to have it too. Here he is. I'd like to say that he's got better behaved over the summer, but you haven't, have you? If anything, you've regressed and got worse. Yeah, because poor old Mitten, I penned up Bobble and Mitten with my lady sheep because I wanted her to take poo samples. Poor old Mitten had the vet's hand up his bum and he wasn't very pleased with it, were you, Mitten? Because you had to have a poo sample. I'll just go round. You produced one on demand. Bobble saw what happened to Mitten and he was like, no, I'm not having that. So you did yours. They're not really high, but I thought, you know, we'll give them a drench because Lady Sheep was still having issues trying to put weight on her, and I would like to get some weight on her before the winter. The only one who's sort of escaping from it is Alphonse, because obviously he's an alpaca, so he doesn't have the same things as those. Excuse me. Will you get off of my gloves? I've put the camera sort of pouch on there and my gloves, which of course, you know, it's like a red rag to a bull, isn't it? Anything that I don't want you to have, you're gonna blooming get, aren't you? Yes. Oh. Yeah, as you can see, he's his normal self. Merv, except your blooming horns are getting bigger. I just had to get the hacksaw a couple of months ago and just take about an inch off of the end of his horns, because he, as they're growing, what he does is when he wants to butt the sheep is he blooming goes underneath them, and I was worried that you were going to do serious damage because you gored the back of my leg, didn't you? He got, one day he was trying, it wasn't deliberate, I have to say, I was just in the wrong place. He was trying to, get parsley out of the way, and he went in the back of my leg, and I had quite a spectacular bruise for a long time, and that really blinking hurt, Merv. It really hurt. Yes, it did. I know you didn't mean it, but I expect it probably hurts parsley and willow when you butt them, doesn't it? Yes. You're a right little monkey. He does like a bit of a scratch. He was quite itchy as well for a while when we had the really hot weather. He was itchy and grumpy, weren't you? It was like a bear with a sore head down here. Everybody had to put up with you. Good boy, Alphonse. Obviously he's looking a bit tufty because they've stopped butting me. We had to, you generally shear them every other year, so it was his time to be sheared, and you know, I don't think I'll be getting some sort of career as an alpaca shearer, put it that way. It was very difficult. We tried to make it as minimal stress for him as possible, but it, you know, it's quite hard doing it. I have got him a halter now, and he doesn't mind having it on when we trim his toes, which we have to do quite regularly. I put his halter on. You've got a nice smart Peruvian jade one, haven't you? Sorry, someone's tugging my sleeve, and we know who it'll be. Yes, you, isn't it? So yeah, we're trying to get him a bit more used to that, because it makes handling him a lot less stress. He's on a little bit of a hair trigger as well. He's already spat at Bobble tonight, and he's he gets itches. Well, they all get a bit, you know, itchy this because it's evening now, and we tend to sort of get sort of little mosquito-y things about in the evening, which, you know, they go on me and they're not very pleasant. But thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry it's been such a long time between videos. Hopefully it won't be so long next time, and I will catch you next time.